Who hasn't seen a box today? Let's say you're at the grocery store and the produce guy is putting his vegetables on the shelves. All those vegetables came from a box. Same thing with the stocker in the aisles. All that product came from boxes. What about the Amazon box, or the food subscription box, or the coffee subscription box? Boxes are a vital part of our economy. I'm always interested in them, and I enjoy the unboxing experience from e-commerce companies. And I always want to know more about the process, the mechanics of it, who made them, how are they made, and where are they made. So during our time today, we're going to be introduced to the world of corrugated packaging, from inception to the converting process to, lastly, the recyclability. Most everyone knows that boxes are made from paper, and if you didn't, now you do know. But how is that paper converted? How is the box formed? And how many steps does it take to get to your doorstep? And how good is corrugated packaging for our environment? So, I do have nearly 22 years of experience in this industry, and I've worked several positions to speak knowledgeably about it. So we'll start from the beginning. So boxes date back to 1817, when, according to Wikipedia, the first one was made by the name of a firm called M. Taverton and Sons. This was a paperboard or cardboard box, meaning that it only had one layer of material surrounding the product, very much like a cereal box. So, flimsy, and it's just meant to hold the product inside. So it wasn't until 1856 that corrugated was patented in England to ship tall hats. So corrugated is slightly different than cardboard. Corrugated itself is much stronger. Each side is constructed with a liner that is made to withstand other boxes to be stacked on top of it. There are several combinations to this liner, and according to fiberbox.com, there's a medium sandwiched inside two liners, creating a strength that can hold up to 200 pounds, depending. It could be 275 or even 300, 350, 450. A lot of weight can be put in these boxes based on the stability of this medium that's on the inside. So the medium is identified by letters A, B, C, E, or F. A is the least commonly used, and B, C, and E are the most commonly used. So I have a sample right here to show you. So C flute, you can see this here. You can see the little flute lines inside. There's a liner on the outside, flute lines in the middle, and then a liner on the outside again. And we have several different little options here. So you have E flute, as I mentioned before. There's also double wall, meaning that the process is doubled. You've got a C flute liner and then an E flute liner on top of that. So if you ever smelled wet corrugated, there's a mixture of starches and glues, and when it gets wet, all those smells come out, and it's quite musty. It's like a dirty smell. So that's because of all those chemicals and everything is mixed together, and it just becomes like this musty, yucky smell. So these machines that convert the liners are like enormous, large monstrosities. Some of them are the size of football fields. It's crazy. 350 feet, 400 feet. And what they do is they adhere these liners together to create this big flat board, which then in part would become a sheet ready for conversion, which is the next step. So box conversion is really not a complicated process, but for the sake of time, it is kind of complicated, but for the sake of time, I'm going to condense this. Two explanations. One is the conversion, and the second are the styles. Conversion means that we're going to take this blank sheet, like I showed you here, this blank sheet of paper, and we're going to run it through a machine. The standard, the box that you get on your doorstep all the time, which is, it's called an RSC. That's from Amazon. Typically, you're going to get these boxes, and I'll show you what one looks like right here. I happen to have one. This has slots here. There's scores here. This is the body of the box, and of course, it folds up. And you have to tape it on both the top and the bottom. So this is going to go through a flexo folder gluer. This will print, cut, die cut, score, and glue all in one run. So that is the everyday box. Other boxes are called a die cut box. In a die cut box, you don't need glue. You just need like this machine that can produce, hundreds per minute of these boxes. And they kind of look like this. This is a very specialty one. This is one of my customers actually. So this is a die cut box, and it's like a cookie cutter. So imagine this big machine, these sheets running through the machine, and you've got this cookie cutter that cuts them all out. Well, these end up going to the consumer, or I'm sorry, not the consumer. These go to the customer who bought them, who then fills it up with their goods and sends it to you and me. So it's a relatively easy process. There are multiple machines, and I wish I had time to be able to show you the process, which I actually have, but I'm not going to today. Anyway, so now that this has been sent to the or the customer, then it goes to you. What happens to that box? Where does it go? So you end up tossing it out to the trash. Well, did you know that corrugated is probably the most sustainable type of packaging used today? So according to corrugated.org, it can be recycled up to 25 times. This means that 70 to 100% of corrugated boxes are made from recycled material, which means that this is environmentally conscious and renewable. 96% of all Americans have access to corrugated recycling programs. So I hope you're doing your part to continue the sustainability initiative. So corrugated has a long history dating back to over 200 years. We've reviewed what board is, how it's manufactured, and the sustainability along with it. I have a lot of energy when it comes to talking about packaging, and I hope that I have clearly explained this brief introduction into the world of corrugated to you, and that you'll be able to identify certain boxes on site. Thank you for your time.